got Pearl out and Christine sitting out in the yard. The Demon been covered up since the power tour. I ordered a new fuel cell to replace the one that split during the power tour, but fixing to pull it out, uncover it, and see what all I need to do before the fuel cell gets here and be able to drive the Demon once again. Yeah, haven't been drove since July and it's November, so it's time to take it out and go down the road a little bit whenever the fuel cell gets here. And even with the car cover on it, we still got dust. Dirt with the car cover over it, so I'm gonna have to clean it up also. Well, under the hood don't look too bad. And let's see. Yeah, see traces where mouse has been in here. So I'm gonna have to clean the inside up a little bit. Let's take a look back here in the back. I believe after all this time, the gas evaporated out of the back, so I'm good to start back working on it. Got some parts there, but had the shiny fuel cell in it, but like they say, Chrome won't get you home. That shiny fuel cell sure didn't get us home.
So you were the problem, not the tank.
Alright. Got some old lawnmower gas from I don't know when. I just dusted the jug off. Yep, it still smells like gas somewhat. Just drop that on there so maybe it'll float, go down to the bottom instead of floating. Yeah, that's all the way at the bottom. Alright, let's see if it'll crank up. Remember, it ain't been fired up since July, and it's November. So watch out, it might get smoky. It sure will get fumy. Let's see what happens. Oh, battery got some juice. Got my 2-gallon gas jug secured to the battery box. Got the hose in there with the pipe running all the way to the bottom. And got my 2.5 gallons of reserve gas. So if I run out of the 2-gallon, I can dump this here and there and go 20 more miles. But let's go down the road in it for a little bit. The fuel cell has been ordered for a week. It says it's on the truck to be delivered. So I'm gonna go ahead and straighten this out, take the battery out before I start cutting everything, and have everything ready for when the fuel cell does get here. I can start working on installing the new fuel cell. Right, let me get this cut out. Well, the fuel cell finally came in today. About 4 o'clock, and I gotta work tomorrow, so it finally came in though. So now start making the bracket to mount it with. Okay, I got the frame put together and it's just sitting there. I'm gonna show you a quick little trip for, I'm wanting the sheet metal to set 1/2 inch in from the edge, give me room, because there's a weld across the bottom of the fuel cell, so that'll give a little bit of gap so the pressure won't be on the weld. So I'm going to go 1/2 inch in with the sheet metal all the way around. Some might already know this, but I'll show you just in case. Set my calipers up to 1/2 inch. And then all I got to do is put it there on the edge. Slide it. Give me a scribe line right here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's 1/2 inch. It's 1/2 inch from the edge. Got me a good scribe line there. Got me a scribe line there. So that's quicker than using the tape measure and measuring it and drawing it out, but just slide it back and forth. Okay, I gotta make the metal piece to go on the bottom. And metal's high, so you don't want to mess that up. So I use poster board. It's cheap and easy to work with, and draw your pattern with that. But this is 1 inch angle, and I'm coming 1/2 inch in. So all I gotta do is stick the poster board to the edge of that, and take your dirty finger, and you can draw a line. So you're gonna rub the line on the outside, so whenever I put the poster board where it needs to be, it'll be 1/2 inch in. So I'm gonna cut that out and then start making the template out of poster board. It's a lot cheaper than messing up metal. Alright, now, see, poster board fitting like it's supposed to. I went ahead and marked it back, bottom. So now I could tape it in place so it won't move. And now I can spin it around and make card poster board templates of that side. Alright, that's easy enough. Now that the poster board is cut out, so that's your pattern for your metal. All you gotta do now, lay it on the metal, trace it out, and cut it out. You won't be wasting metal, because this fits. Now, I'm going to show you why I like doing the caliper with the scribe. I've got my piece of metal cut out, and I know I need to be 1/2 inch overlap, so I'll set my scribe up to 1/2 inch, and I'll line there. Line there. Line there. And there you go. That's why I like doing it, because it's quick. Now, I draw me a line right through here. And what I'm going to do is take the bead roller and roll me a bead down that line, pushing this way, pushing up, so that way it'll help strengthen this, and I'll get it to where it's touching the straight edge. That way it'll be supported all the way across on the floor pan in the trunk of the car. So that'll be another support coming all the way across without adding metal. I can just run the bead, raise it up where it touches, and do two things at one time. Make this stronger and make a spot for it to rest in the floor pans of the car. Okay, let's roll the bead. Now I got it all lined up with the scribe marks. I clamped it for that part. You see when I rolled the bead, it pulled it out of shape a little bit, but I'm gonna put a few tacks through here and then keep moving my clamps and pull it all the way too. But that's that. Okay, now the pan for the fuel cell is made. The fuel cell will drop right in there, bolt through the fuel cell and this tab to hold it flush to the floor pans, and maybe a little shield there to just protect the fuel cell a little bit more from the center, and plus it ties that in to help support that. So now we'll get to move to the back. Now I got it marked out where that new pan's going to fit, so I'm going to trim that out, get it to fit, then I can see what I need to fix this, patch that back up. Okay, let me cut this piece out. Now that the fuel cell pan been test fitted and everything put together and I primed it, I put some Kill Mat on it. I'm not sponsored by Kill Mat or anything, but that helps quieten it down. It's a sound deadener, and plus, like around this sump here, if there's little cracks of where I didn't get it all welded up, it'll help seal that off so fumes won't be coming inside the car. But yeah, it'll quieten it down to where this metal and the trunk pan metal won't be vibrating against each other. So yeah, I like this stuff. It help quieten everything down. But okay, let's move on. Alright, now that the fuel cell's in, I gotta hook up my vent tube, hook the fuel sending unit up, and then I can start on working on the fuel line. But it's bolted in. It's getting closer. Well, I had to trim a little bit more out right there to give room for the fitting, but all this will be covered up when I make my other panel. But yeah, needed room for the fitting. Okay, there you have it. It's finished. Everything's installed. I did put some kill mat in here to try to quieten it down a little bit, and got my top cover done. So, but I only pot riveted it in 3 spots in case I got to get to the fuel lines. I can just pop them out. But everything's done. Now I just got to get some gas so I can go down the road. The fuel cell, the sending unit, reads off a little bit with the fuel gauge. When it's a quarter tank on the gauge, it's empty. So when you get the quarter tank, you're walking. Okay, and well, thanks for watching, and I'll try to get another video out pretty soon. Still working on one about the Mopar wiring, but I'll get it out as soon as I can. Thank you.